Hi, welcome back to the table. Got my Confederate hat on. We're gonna go through a stack of about 1, 2, 3, 5 games I've been playing lately, war games, and some that I haven't, what I've acquired. We're just gonna keep this going. It's like stuff that I've gotten, stuff that I'm interested in, stuff that I played, and let's just get started here with the Civil War theme. I picked up Stonewall Sword. The publisher Revolution Games had a sale. I did a little question. I asked a few people online. This was the one recommended. Again, a Herman Luttman game and a Fred Manso and Rick Barber map, much like we are going to talk about it in a bit here. Haven't played it yet. I looked it over real quick. I was interested because the new game, the hotness that came out, A Most Fearful Sacrifice, is based on this. And we'll talk about that in a bit, but I picked this one up. This is one I will most likely be trying. I don't know when. Things have been changing here. I'm still in my messy backdrop, moving to a new location, building a big game room, pretty much most of the size as this, and hopefully be a little nicer, better lighting. But a lot of games haven't been getting played lately, but I picked this one up because of the theme. I'm slowly getting more into Civil War games, so I picked this one up, and this is one I'll be trying out pretty soon, hopefully. Keeping the Civil War theme going. Let me see what's down there. We'll just go ahead to the big boy. Most Fearful Sacrifice. We'll switch it up, put on my Union cover here. Again, I'm not the last one to get it. I thought I was going to be the last one to get it. I know some people on YouTube's up there haven't gotten there, so I'm pretty shocked. I'm usually the last one. FedEx likes to sit on my stuff for weeks. But this one is... it's different. I know a lot of you guys are experienced gamers, been playing for probably 40 plus years, some of you guys. Again, like I said before, I'm fairly new, about 2 or 3 years into the hobby. This one's a little different, just not just your standard counters where you're just rotating them down, you're rolling dice. I picked this one up, as much of us did. Loving the way it looks. The rule book, it's going to take me a little bit to wrap my head around, but after looking at some videos of some of you guys, it's pretty simple. I will complain. I'm missing my little neoprene strips. Hopefully those will come back. Those will eventually get delivered to me. It's not crucial. And as much as this box is huge, I wish it was bigger. I wish we could stick a counter tray in there. But I understand. There's no need to have anything bigger. The maps alone are just huge. I'm glad they're mounted. The map looks very pretty, much like Stonewall Sword. It's a Rick Barber game. I'm kind of new to this, but I can already see how his stuff is very unique. You could spot it a mile away. So this is one I will be hopefully trying out on my table. I might even build another bigger table to lay that map out and do something else on the side. But this is one I picked up. I'm looking forward to. It looks like one of these glorious games where I can push these counters around. I love that the counters are bigger and they don't stack. There's lesser of them, so it's a lot easier to keep track of stuff. You're not tipping stuff over. But this one, looking forward to. Much like the game Give Us Victories I have over there. I really like that one. It's not a mounted map, but I just put it over some plexi and some posters. Some poster, those plastic, the cheap poster boards. But I like that one too because the big map, you can move your stuff around. Enough said on this one. Pretty much everybody out there is watching this video either has this one, has heard it, or might even be waiting on it. From there, we will skip over to Crowbar. Another Luttman game. I picked this one up. I did a video on it already. I picked this one up a while back on the used market. One of you guys had it for sale. It was hard to find, and then all of a sudden I've seen it in other places, so I guess I wasn't looking at the right place. But this is much like the game in magnificent style, World War II based on D-Day, June 6th. I did miss the mark. This would have been one game to play June 6th, but I'm pretty sure I was busy. Long story short, I've been remodeling my mom's house, and I had to fire my contractor. I've had nothing but bad luck with contractors over the years. They don't finish the job, they don't show up. Anyways, got rid of him. I just decided to just finish the job myself and save some money. So I haven't been playing much. That's why these last 2 games I haven't seen the table yet. But this one I have played this one. I do like it quite a bit actually. I will not say which one I like better, Civil War or World War II. They both have a place in the shelf for sure. But this is one that any solo gamer should either look at this one, both, or Magnificent Style, whatever time period you like. But again, it's a dice rolling luck fest, much like War. Again, we all have plans, and they all go to pretty quick. They go to Operator Charlie Foxtrot, gets executed pretty quick. So that's Crowbar, Lutman game. Again, this is a fully solo game. Very nice. I don't think it's hard to find. From there, I'm going to another game I did a video on recently, Devil Dogs. This one I picked it up mainly, like you can watch my latest video on it. The theme, the time period, what it represents for the Marine Corps. I did misspoke in the last video, and I was glad I was corrected by one of you guys, and I should have known. But the Nazi Party was not around in 1918. They came around about a year or two later. But enough of that said. It's a really nice game. It does play solo. You can play it solo. There is some hidden information there which makes it work. The combat on this game is a little tricky. It just takes me a bit to wrap my head around. If you watch my video, I referred to the Player's Aid. They did a great video on this, interview the whole 9 on this thing. But this is one I had it on the table for a week, back and forth on the first scenario to get my head wrapped around. But I do like this one quite a bit. Again, it does play solo because you do have, you go to the other side, you pick a few cards, but then when you drop to see who has control, initiative on that area, that's the surprise, and then you'd have to adjust your plan over there accordingly to what you previously thought you were going to do. But again, Devil Dogs, Bellow Woods, 1918. And the last game I'm going to point out, I'm going to keep this video short, is Once We Move Like the Wind. I don't like to hate on games. I've done it, I think, once or twice. I picked this one up because of the theme. I really like the history, the time period. I've read a few books within the past couple of months or a year regarding the Apaches and this basically time period. So I was intrigued. I picked this game up. There's another one, Comancheria, which I might not pick up. Why? Well, this game says solitaire. It says you can solo this game. This game you cannot solo. It is impossible. Just reading the rules, it is very basic rule set, very simple game, but it is impossible to solo because if you are playing the U.S. Mexican side, you know where the Apaches are putting their rumors, you know where they're putting their troops, because you cannot avoid it. Even if you're not supposed to shuffle them and just stick them anywhere, they have to go in specific territories, and you have to look at them to put them there. And it's very easy from what I've seen my initial playthrough, which I just played through just real quick on one of them, and I just figured this thing is just the U.S. and the Mexican forces just stomp on the Apaches in this game because you're constantly know where the rumors are. You're constantly scoring points. They're settlers. So if you read the rules, you'll know what I mean. I should have done a little bit of research. There's been a few people out there that have pointed this out. But I do tend to pick up a lot of games sight unseen. Sadly enough, I have to stop doing that, mainly because games are getting a little pricey. I'm having to be a little bit more picky on the games I pick up. I can't just nilly-willy pick up games I've had in the past years. So this is a huge dud for me. I will keep it. I don't think there's much resale value on this one. But I do wish they would have just said, look, there's no solo. Don't even bother putting solo on there. It's impossible. It's a 2-player game. Do be careful because it looks like it is one-sided towards the U.S. Mexican side. But that was Once We Move Like the Wind, the Apache Wars 1861 to 1886 game. So again, this is probably the second or third game I've hated on, but I did wanted to point that out in case some of you guys were looking into that one. Maybe you guys can suggest to me maybe some games like that. I have played the Custer Wars. I have a few others. If you see my videos, I do have those, and those do work. You play both sides. Looking real quick on my stack over there, I know some of you guys asked me to do, I can't see that far, Forged in Fire, that old the 62 Peninsula campaign, the Worthington game, the old one. It's on a big stack right there. I did play that one. I did not. I didn't like the blocks. The blocks are just too many. They don't fit in the map. It's just hard to. it's just hard to move them, but I did like the time period. We'll get through that game. I thought about doing a video on it, and I might in the future, if I get through it, do a video on that game. Some of you, one person or two asked they would like to see the game being played. I don't know if other people have done videos on it, but I did like that initial push in 62 when they're pushing into Richmond. Looking real quick to the things, through my stuff here. We'll just leave it at that. Just five games that I put on my list right there. I showed them to you. Again, the Crowbar, Devil Dogs, same time period. Well, no, World War I, World War II, Apache Wars, Apache Wars, and Most Fearful Sacrifice, the new hotness, which I'm looking forward to, just putting out on my table and just moving stuff around over time, and Stonewall Sword. And this one. Oh, that's another nitpick. I didn't get my cards for Stonewall Jackson, that what if scenario. Those I would like to eventually see those. I don't know how they're gonna do with that, but I understand with logistics and everything. I'm amazed they got this big boy out so fast. So that was a stack of games. You guys take care.